I know everyone thinks it's just the empaths or the hopeless romantics or the I can fix them types with their never ending patience and delusion that fall for love bombing. But plot twist, narcissists fall for love bombing too. And not casually. They don't trip into it. They swan dive like it's the national finals. Let's talk about how love bombing is just the beginning, but it's not a guarantee that you're not safe with someone. What to watch for and how to tell if you're being manipulated is way more important, because you need to know if they're genuinely interested in you. Because if a narcissist is susceptible, you can stop blaming yourself for being so gullible. Regular people fall for love bombing all the time because it feels warm, consistent, and healing. That's what they grew up with. It feels perfectly normal. But they'll discover much faster than everyone else does that it's not real, and they will walk away because they have a secure attachment and a sense of self. So when the cracks in the person's consistency start, they'll speak up the fastest and they'll leave when things don't improve. Insecure people fall for it because it's what they always wanted. They might be a little bit more wary of it in the beginning and feel unworthy, but deep down, they want to believe it's real. And when the consistency dips, it feels like home to them. And they'll even gaslight themselves into thinking it's real love because that's the only kind of love they ever knew. But narcissists, they fall for it because someone's finally treating them like the celebrity they think they are. They're like, wow, someone who truly understands the level of greatness I bring simply by inhaling. Meanwhile, the rest of us are texting group chat like, I think I met my soulmate, or at least someone who knows how to punctuate. But narcissists, they get love bombed and they say, ah, yes, my kingdom has prepared for my arrival. They recognize their rightful ruler. And the irony is so wild because they think they're immune. They think they're too intelligent to be manipulated. But flattery is their kryptonite. And like attracts like. And that means that we either attract someone who shares our traits, or we attract someone at the same level of spiritual, emotional, and psychological healing that we're currently at. People can only understand us from the level of their own highest understanding. If they haven't reached our level, or you haven't reached theirs, you will both feel misunderstood and unseen. It's unlikely that a relationship can grow between two people who are vastly different in traits or development. If a relationship exists at all, it's most definitely exploitative. But a narcissist overestimates their intelligence, their attractiveness, their competence, etc., etc., etc. This is why, when it comes to narcissists, you can hand them a red flag big enough to tarp a football field. And as long as you're complimenting them, they'll say, finally, someone with taste. So yes, when it comes to love bombing, regular people do fall for it, but they get out the fastest. People in transition fall for it too, for a while. Empaths, they fall for it and they stay the longest because they're the ones gaslighting themselves about the other person's intentions. And hopeless romantics, they fall for it because they do it. But narcissists, they fall the fastest and the hardest. And if the love bomber is another narcissist, you might think they'd see right through each other because they're both playing the same games. You might think they would sense each other's BS and get out. But instead, they often almost have a sense of respect for each other. And don't get me wrong, narcissists respecting other people, laughable. I know, they don't. But when two narcissists split up, they're likely to view each other as the one that got away. When two narcissists get into a relationship, they often move on because one or both of them couldn't get their needs met consistently enough. Shocker, I know. But nothing blinds a narcissist like someone handing them the mirror they've been polishing since childhood. So, the more important thing to watch for when you think you might be love bombed is consistency. Because not all love bombers are narcissists or malignant. They're not all dark triads. Some are really lovers who haven't been jaded yet. So, if you like them, don't assume. You need to watch them. Accept them as they present themselves until they prove otherwise. And ask yourself, are they fickle and flighty, like they got bored or are suddenly too busy for you without an explanation? Are they checking in and communicating absences and making plans regularly? Those two things will tell you a lot. If their behavior changes suddenly without provocation or notice, it's not who they are. You were just a target. But if their behavior never changes, then that's their personality. That's not a performance. That's just who they are. Next, we'll explore the narcissist's sympathy trap and how love bombing draws you in, but the sympathy trap shuts the door. Like and follow for more.